This is Wadu TV, truth and integrity.
Yeah, Body TV so Blackk Rasta ye adwuma wo 3FM na wakasa afa Ken Agyapong ama nukreni wase Kennedy no nsema ayo ne na mokeke ka no dwene ho kra wonte ase na asemba ko bi nso a this week abetrend pa ya Asamoah Gyan se wo jai politics na yetete ese $5 million bi na ho konne bai na samia wuku ama mekra me ye ho story ebra kavitela fire wo ho na Blackk Rasta so akasa wo se Asamoah Gyan wo bu de man pa but say dia otitini no credit a ene Asamoah Gyan ne respect ne praise a wo de man nyina na wo gena de o ye wo so gena de but say de otitini nya no credit e dia ene Asamoah no so because Asamoah Gyan yobi wo ha Ghana fo nyina nipa dodo na penasem even we call international grandpa obi ape Asamoah Gyan system but so obeye afa kwan bi so na wapew sika eninti wadada manfo se omonto abama ba omiade a ene Blackk Rasta fire ene nsema hodo bi a ehia so fire no yenkoti Blackk Rasta ne fire no.
After all we do for you, you keep voting for NDC. Ken Agyapong fumes at residents in Kintampo. And I read, now the member of parliament as MP for Asin Central, Ken Agyapong, could not hold back his frustrations at residents of the Kintampo North constituency in the Bono East region during a campaign event at the constituency. Now speaking in a video clip of the campaign event, which has gone viral, Ken Agyapong accused the people of Kintampo North of being ungrateful to his party, the New Patriotic Party. Now, according to him, despite all the things the NPP governments do for Kintampo North, they keep voting for the opposition, the National Democratic Congress. He indicated that he has the power as board chairman of Ghana National Gas Company to grant the request for the construction of an astroturf in Kintampo North, but he is not going to do it. If you don't vote for us and you ask us for development, I am the chairman of Ghana Gas and I can give the approval for you to get the astroturf, but I will not do it because you always vote against us. You take all the things in the world, but you don't vote for us. So I am not bringing it, that's the astroturf, to you. We gave you a controller general, but you were not pleased. And we gave you the director general of immigration, and you were still not pleased. What again should we give you for you to be grateful? He asked in tree. He added, we have to tell you the truth. We must not fear human beings. You also ask for things, and we do them for you. But after that, you say you are members of the NDC. You vote for the NDC and no development comes here. Ken Agyapong said. Now, my brother, my sister, we need to look at this thing and I need you to come. Wow. All right. So this is Ken Agyapong speaking. What is he saying? As reported, Kintampo, you always vote for the NDC, yet it is us who bring you the most development every now and then. To make it worse, he went ahead to say, I am the chairman of the Ghana Gas. I thought he was going to say chairman of the Ken Agyapong Gas, but no, chairman of the Ghana Gas, of which Kintampo people are part. I have the power to endorse an astroturf for you, but I will not do it because it is Ken Agyapong Gas, and at the same time We have decided not to do it because you don't vote for us. How different is this from what the president told the people of the Volta region at a time that they had a flood? A flood that came ravaging their homes and sending them into the streets. My brother, my sister, as domestic refugees, I honestly don't know how to attack this or approach this, but let me do my best. People like Ken Agyapong do not understand what it is to say we are working for Ghana. They are full of ego, selfishness, and at the same time, they are also full of themselves. And it's sad. My brother, you have the opportunity to be the chairman of Ghana Gas, not Ken Agyapong Gas. Ghana Gas is not owned by Ken Agyapong. Neither is it owned by Nana Akufo-Addo. To make it worse, it's not owned by the NPP. It's owned by the people of Ghana. Whatever you do must be in the interest of Ghana. Whatever you say as a politician must be in the interest of Ghana. But all I see is partisan politics all over the place. This is the worst time to be a Ghanaian. I'm telling you that. All my 50 years of being a Ghanaian, this is the worst election campaign I have seen all my life. I don't know how old you are. I don't know your experience of Ghana politics and campaign, but this is the worst time. The worst time to call yourself a Ghanaian. The worst campaign I have seen, political campaign, all my 50 years on earth. My brother, I have never heard it in the campaign process and on the campaign platform, all my 50 years, that people are telling electors to vote for them so that they send them to America for greener pastures. What a joke! I am so ashamed. In fact, if I travel outside the country and people approach me with this question, I am sure I will melt like mercury on heat. Never in my 50-year-old life have I heard politicians say, yes, you destroy the environment with your galamsey, aka illegal mining, and we seize your excavators. But don't you worry, when you vote us into power, we will give you back your excavators so you will continue destroying the land. Oh, what buffoonery. Oh, what a joke. It hurts. Maybe I think one of these days I need to get off radio, just go find myself a cave, close everything to my ears and live in oblivion. When I meet God finally, I will tell him that I was so frustrated with my people, I couldn't take it anymore. Like some of the prophets who asked God to kill them because they had had just too much. We remember the story of those prophets. How many of us do remember? Jonah told God to kill him. He was fed up and tired. My brother, it's not easy to represent the people. It's not easy to speak for the people. Never, all my life, 50 years of being on earth, have I heard on a political campaign platform these things I am hearing in these elections. What's wrong with us? Do we take the electorate for fool? Of course, when you live in a country where the people you employ, you have to run after them to give you peanuts. What a paradox. This is what happens. You vote them into power. You are the employer, yet you end up being the employee because you run after them and they give you peanuts, crumbs from off the table. It hurts, my brother. It hurts. It hurts so bad. Listen to what Ken Agyapong is speaking. You want to be president. This is the gibberish you talk. You don't vote for us. For that matter, I have the chance to make it happen for you using your own resources. But I won't do it as a punishment for not voting for us. What gibberish, what arrogance. Kennedy, so this is what you want to bring into the presidency? Oh, what a joke. I am shocked. This is the same gibberish the president went to talk to the people of the Volta region. Yes, I know that you guys are suffering. There's a flood here. You guys are suffering. You are domestic refugees. Even though you don't vote for me, I have come to solidarize with you. Wrong timing. Wrong timing. It was the same thing President Mahama said some time ago. And when I say it, many people don't want to understand. President Mahama was asked when he was president at a time, my brother, that the youth are complaining about unemployment. A lot of them, in fact, are finding it difficult to be able to even afford one triangular meal a day. What did Mr. President say? Money will not automatically fly into your pockets. That is why we are making sure that we bring employable skills so the youth can latch onto that and get employed. Because I am not a magician, or money will not magically fly into your pocket. There is no magic to give employment. Wrong timing. This was what the president at the time said. You know what he should have said? Straight away. All right, it's because of this problem that we have decided and we have started it, and it's working quite well. Making available employable skills. Very soon, this is going to be a thing of the past. But I would also like to let the youth know, and I know they know it already, that please, the employable skills are available. Make sure that you latch onto that and get employment as quickly as possible. Because remember, money will not fly into your pocket by magic. If you still want to use the word magic, this would have worked. My brother, my sister, please, let us run away from arrogance. Let us run away from I have the dead goat syndrome, and therefore if you wave a knife in front of me several times, I don't care. No, that's not why we voted into power. We don't want you to have the dead goat syndrome. We want you to have the human syndrome. Feel it for people. They must all remember that they are our employees, and for that matter, they must speak to us with respect. Any politician who does not speak to the electorate with respect, master, it might tarry, but it will come back slapping at you like a boomerang. What is this arrogance for? Ken Agyapong. Ken Agyapong. You are just the chairman of the Ghana Gas. Now, if you become president, you will be worse. A mere Ghana Gas chairman. This is how you are behaving. Then when you become president, we are dead. We are dead. What a joke. The development that we are seeing, is it coming from your own pocket? You go around borrowing money left, right, and center. You blow 90% of the money and use 10% to pretend that you are developing the place. All these politicians is annoying. Again, honestly, if I was God, trust me, there will be mass graves for a lot of these people who do not respect our nation and are not patriotic. Mass graves. You drop them in one after the other. God has the power to say, hey, come home. Hey, you come home. You come home. Mass graves for them. All over Africa. Wicked politicians. Now the next thing I want to look at, and I need you to come along. This one is coming from a Tree News, and it says 2016 voters register contained animals and plants, but you didn't complain. This is Deputy EC Commissioner telling the NDC. underline, is this the Deputy Electoral Commission. Commissioner. My brother, my sister, he's the one talking. I read. Now, the Electoral Commission has responded to the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, over calls for an independent forensic audit into the 2024 voters register. Now, the commission said perhaps this is the first time the NDC has taken interest in the voters register because the 2016 register contained plants and animals, yet the party did not raise issues with that role. I do not know why a man will refuse to be searched if he's not carrying contraband. Why should a man refuse to be searched if he knows truly that he's not carrying contraband? I wish I could translate this into Twi. My brother, look at the arrogance of an EC officer. When we put them into power, they become demigods. You see why I wish I was God? Mass graves for all these people, all across Africa. Hey, EC is supposed to be neutral. You are the arbiter, the referee between two football clubs, two sporting clubs. And this is how you can talk. Rotten arrogance. I am totally befuddled. EC, Deputy EC Commissioner. La ilaha illallah. Hey! The man is saying that in 2016, when the NDC was in power, about to relinquish power, there were plants and animals on the register, but they didn't complain. Now that the plants and the animals have been replaced with ghosts, wizards and witches and demons, they want the voters register to be forensically audited. What is the problem? NDC says, I want a forensic audit. He says, it's never happened, so we will not do it. What arrogance. Shall we continue to be stagnant? Shall we not grow? We all saw in the last elections what happened. We don't want that thing to happen anymore. Many people believe that it was a stolen verdict. My brother, I am not a supporter of politicians. I am not a politician, and I've said it time and again. I do not have any political party's card. I've never had one. I will never have one because I'm not a politician. I am a kingmaker. I decide via the Spirit who should be king after hearing the voices of the people, because the voices of the people certainly represent the voice of God. Look at the arrogance. Why are you asking for an independent forensic audit into the EC whatever? Don't do that. It's never happened. From 1992, nothing like that happened. Even when you were in office and you put animals and plants in the voters register, you didn't ask for any forensic audit. Now you are asking for that forensic audit. It's almost like saying, you've been hungry all this while. You've never asked for food. Why is it that now you are asking for food? Continue to be hungry. It is your destiny that you should be hungry forever. What a joke. This guy should be sacked. But they won't sack him because they know why he's there. These kind of comedians should be relegated to the circus. They are too arrogant to hold their power in there. I don't trust this guy. How can I go for an election when a guy like this is sitting there and talking to me like this? I don't believe that this guy will be neutral. I leave it. I don't know him. Never met him. Not interested in meeting him. Arrogant people are not my friends. Next thing I want to look at, and I want to be quick with that, says galamsey fight. Your call to ban mining is misdirected. And this is a guy here called Muriku Duka. and he's speaking to the organized labor. I don't know what he is. I've heard his name several times. I don't know who he is. Let's see. Now, the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Okay. So this is Abu Jinapor's subordinate, right? He's deputy. Now, the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources in charge of mining, George Duka, has clapped back at organized labor for their call to ban mining activities in Ghana following the increasing rate of illegal mining activities. According to him, their call cannot be taken. Organized labor has added their voice to the increasing calls from groups and individuals to ban mining activities by the government, and even threatened to go on strike if the government fails to heed to their call. However, the Takwa Nswem legislator, George Duka, has said organized labor's call to ban mining is misdirected and cannot be taken. I leave it here. Well, they say his name is Mreku Duka. He's supposed to be an honorable member of parliament and also a deputy minister for lands and blah, 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 blah in charge of mining. My brother, his boss, Abu Jinapor, said that it will be draconian. That was the word he used. It will be draconian to institute a state of emergency on galamsey. That's what he said. He said it is in the bosom of power of the president to institute and direct a state of emergency on galamsey, but it will be draconian to do that. In other words, say Andrew sir, galamsey no say and shada nye bad sao. And the president eba bani we know and as a state of emergency no chade Andrew sir, we are nya abotre. Ade no nye hu sir. That's what he said. Ha! Sometimes I wish that we could feed some of these guys with the water from Pra. Sometimes I wished that they would even bath with the water, at least for 1 year. When they start having kusa mampele, and all those things, they will know exactly that this is gone beyond a call for a state of emergency. My brother, I am sad. And Deputy Minister says what? It's misdirected. What organized labor is saying is very simple. Because of what we are going through, people hiding under small-scale mining, claiming they have licenses, let us pull a blanket on the whole small-scale mining, so that when we see you mining, we know that it is illegal. That way, gradually, we may be able to deal with it better. This guy says, oh, it will have a big toll on the economy. The economy will crash after going all the way to the IMF and the World Bank, begging and doing nothing with all the gold and the diamond you have, the oil you have. My brother, to be honest with you, I think it's only God who can explain this to me. I honestly don't understand. We have gold, we have diamond, we have oil in abundance, we have cocoa that is the sweetest in the world. Yet, we go begging. Is it a curse? Is it an okonfo anochi curse? What is the problem? Is it bad leadership? Oh, Jesus, have mercy. Ban mining in all its entirety. I've said this time and again. When I was calling for the ban in mining in general, many people thought I was crazy. But today, look at it. Only last 2 months, I reiterated it. Ban mining, the whole of mining. Not even small scale. Large scale, big scale, medium scale, all kinds of mining must come to a halt. We have damaged Asase too much. Enough for us to say, hey, let's give Asase a breathing space. How has the mining benefited you? Look at how much damage you have inflicted on our land. Today, all of you are running to Dubai to go and look at skyscrapers and sit by plants and say, oh, beautiful flower and all that, when you have damaged all the flowers and all the plants in this country. Again, if I was God, mass graves will be all over the place for all these wicked leaders across Africa. I'm going to close on this. There's a video making the rounds. We see somebody looking like Asamoah Gyan in it, approaching someone angrily, as if to give the person a slap. And the information we are getting is that he was supposed to be given some $3 million American dollars to endorse a certain political party. My brother. And after he endorsed the party and went on the campaign platform, all of a sudden, he was waiting for the money, which never came. A key member of the party had his in-laws sit on the money. They blew the money. Now that it's time for Asamoah Gyan to get the money, he is not getting it. And that explains the anger in that video. And that also explains why a few days ago, Asamoah Gyan came out to denounce all politics in his life and saying that he was sorry for letting down the nation's youth, and that from now, let's call him and refer to him as a former player and a philanthropist. Remember, I applauded him on this show? Well, I want to believe that he's truly sorry, and that is not because of the millions that he has lost. I do not support people to cry when they go on this tangent. Where was the money coming from? Dirty politicians, right? $3 million American dollars allegedly for you to endorse a certain political party. What are your whims and caprices? Those whims and caprices, are they judged by the highest bidder, or they are judged by your own dictates? Do you look at the policies? Are you interested in what is happening to the nation, or you are only interested in supporting anything that gives you money? If that is what you think, oh, me, once they bring the money, they are all the same, I will support anyone against my nation. Please play back these words to yourself over and over. You are giving birth to children, right? They will inherit hell. Your children will come to your grave sites. All these people who are into this kind of business spit on your grave, curse you, dig out your bones. Whatever they want to do with the bones, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Please, let's love our nation. Please. Look, I'm speaking to you and I have tears in my eyes. Why can't people learn to love their nation? Knowing very well this is our only shelter. Because you have a visa to go to America, you are never going to be called American. Because you have a visa to go to China, you will never be called a Chinese, no matter how much Chinese you speak. Le séjour dans l'eau ne transforme pas un tronc d'arbre en crocodile. A piece of wood in water, no matter how long it stays, never becomes a crocodile. I'll leave you on this note. To Asamoah Gyan, if this is true, and if this explains why you decided to do what you did, then I'm going to pull back all the praises that I give to you. But if it's otherwise, the praises still remain.